What's going on, Ewan, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mav, bringing you to a Skull Nation meeting, hence the different fit, but with the Viking themed scarf. We're going to have a meeting about our second matchup against the Chicago Bears. This time, we play host. They're coming to US Bank Stadium. We're not going to Soldier when it's frigid cold out, thank God. But this time, we're going to look at a different time. We're going to look at my boy Andy Carlson from Purple for the Win podcast and what are his keys to victory on how we yet again beat the Bears and complete the season sweep. Because we know they're not going to no playoffs at this point. They can wish they could go to playoffs. Maybe next year, Chicago. But let's see how we beat the Bears this time around, according to good old Andy. Y'all ready? Let's dive in. Play.
What's going on, Jerome's? So, Liverpool right now is really letting me down. So hopefully, my other football team, my other stupid football team, which generally lets me down, hopefully does not do that on Monday night as the Winter Warrior, walking around in Winter Warrior. All right, the Vikings taking on the Bears Monday Night Football, and it's going to be a fantastic time, right? And busting out all the whites. And also, the white out in the stadium. It's going to be whiter than a Bruce Springsteen concert, which... So I never really care about stuff like this, but I remember I took my father-in-law to the Springsteen concert at the X, last spring, and I was looking around. I was like, I am the darkest person and the youngest person here. I'm the only person who doesn't have an artificial joint in this concert. That includes the people on stage. Anyways, but Vikings-Bears preview. Of course, Vikings against Jalen Johnson. How are the Bears going to cover Justin Jefferson this time around? Are they going to try and smother and cover him like they did last time, only allowing 2 catches for 27 yards, but then everyone else went off? Pick your poison. So we'll go from there. But here are 10 keys for the Vikings to win on Monday night. First up, don't turn the damn ball over. So
Agreed.
I know that Aaron Jones recovered nicely, had himself 100 yards and a touchdown against the Bears, but that fumble on the 1-yard line hurt my soul. it did. And
that should not be happening for a running back of his caliber. But keep going, Andy.
Turn the ball over. The Vikings are the bottom third of the league in terms of turnovers with 19. I know that they're number one in taking the ball away, which is great, but it's just so demoralizing, right? Where especially when things are going well, you're marching down, look like you're going to score, and then you just give it away now. So Darnold has been playing some clean football over the last 4 weeks. Hopefully that continues, and also Jones, we got confidence in you, man, right? And we need you for the stretch run. And you could tell, like, he was running hangry against the Falcons. Glad he got the end zone towards the end of the game as well. So that's it. Take care of the ball. Everything else will take care of itself. Next up, number 2, a December to remember. That's right, Slinging Sam Darnold, aka America's quarterback. He's been having a good stretch of games the last 4, playing like a top 5 quarterback. 11.
Dude, he had 5 tutties with almost 400 yards last week and no picks. It's December, bro.
Touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And defensively, the Bears are 31st in yards per attempt at 6.8. That's the wrong defense. Nailed it. There we go. And also, they could be without Gervin Dexter, who's been huge in the middle for them. But overall, like last time, Darnold, 330, 2 touchdowns, and a 116.1 quarterback rating, which is good. It's good. And I love that Darnold. So this was a game where Darnold stopped trying to force things to Justin Jefferson, and the Bears were doubling, bracketing, tripling Jefferson at all times, and that's why Addison and Hawkinson were able to have big time games. And I think that the Bears will probably try and do that again because we'll see. But I do think that Darnold has a chance to really cook on Monday night. National television, bright lights, big city. Let's go. Number 3. Run the piss out of the ball. So like we said, Aaron Jones had himself 100 yards and a touchdown last time around. And Jones and Akers, I do think that they can really get things going. And also the Bears defense is 28th in the league in terms of yards per carry at 4.8. And like we said, could be without Gervin Dexter, so it could be softer in the middle. And I do think that even though the passing game has been the highlight for the Vikings the last couple weeks, I just think going in there, taking the Bears' will, punching them in the face, keeping play action viable is going to be huge. Plus,
I like that he brought up play action because we are very good at using the run to set up the pass, and I feel like the same thing should be happening. I don't think it's going to come down to like a game deciding play. You know what I'm saying? Deep in the fourth. I mean, not deep in the fourth, I'm sorry. Deep in overtime again, because I don't think we're going to go to overtime today. But it might come down to a play action play in the fourth to get us the lead to win the game. So, yeah.
Come playoff time, you have to be able to run the ball when you need to run the ball, right? And Jones, I love that he has stayed relatively healthy. Hopefully that continues. But also, Cam Akers is looking really damn good as of late, too. So hopefully he gets some work as well. Next up, number 4. The Darnold pass protection has to improve. And I know that they've been fighting the good fight up front. They've had injuries. They've had issues. Cam Robinson has looked great. Brian O'Neill's been playing like an all-pro. Even though he gave
not having Darisaw still hurts, but Cam is a great replacement.
Up a sack against the Falcons. But 17 pressures, 4 sacks, and a 46% pressure rate allowed to the Falcons, who came into the game dead last in the league in terms of sacks with 15. He gave up 4. I can't have that, especially when you're at home. And the Bears defense can certainly get after things. Montez Sweat is a problem. Walker in the mix as well. And Darnold was sacked 3 times in the Chicago game a couple weeks ago as well. So being able to run the ball certainly will help take the starch out of that pass rush. And you got to protect Darnold, right? Because Darnold's mobility is a cologne that's covered up a lot of stink along the offensive line. And not just the O-line, but also in terms of Oliver, in terms of running back pass protection as well. There has to be clear communication. Just do your jobs and go from there. Next up, number 5. Pick your poison. Jets versus everyone. So last time around, of course, they decided to take away Jefferson, 2 catches for 27. But then you forget that Hockenson and Addison combined for 15 catches, 276 yards, and a touchdown on 18 targets. So that's what it's going to have to be again. Like, do you want to take away 18 or 3 and 87? And also Aaron Jones out of the backfield. And the Bears defense, they are talented.
I feel like we don't throw to Aaron Jones. I feel like Sam doesn't throw to Aaron Jones enough. We should throw to him more when it's a passing down.
The back end, we already talked about our love for Jalen Johnson. Kyler Gordon is a damn stud in the slot as well. Tyreek Stevenson. I mean, when he's not cocking off to Commanders fans, like, he could be eyed. That's just the U being the U. Plus the ageless wonder Kevin Byard is in that mix as well. But overall, like, hey, you see, Addison has exposed defenses that have tried to overcompensate on Jefferson's side of the ball. And also, I think Hockenson is due for a big game as well. He went off a couple weeks ago against the Bears. So I do think that it's going to have to be a mix. And I think that's going to be a little bit of whack-a-mole. They'll try to take away Addison and Hockenson. Jefferson will get his, and then they'll try and go back and forth. And then overall, like, Sammy Darnold's going to distribute. And I like that he doesn't have tunnel vision anymore for a single receiver, just throwing it to the open man. Next up, number 6. Get to Caleb and finish. So the Vikings did sack Caleb 3 times last time around, but they had several almost sacks. And what's most frustrating is that they had him in the grasp, or they let him break contain, and he scrambled for a big gain, or he did his schoolyard football type thing. And those are the plays that are demoralizing. You know what I mean? Where you have a quarterback dead to rights, all of a sudden they escape, they chuck something up, and it's a big gain downfield. I can't have that anymore. So the Vikings defense, get to Caleb, maintain your lane discipline, a little bit of a mush rush, but once you get to him, take him down and go from there. Next up, number 7. Don't let broken plays beat you.
Oh, come on, advertisements.
My moderate to severe.
The stupid one where Andrew Van Ginkel almost had a sack on Caleb. He escapes down the sideline. It looked like he's throwing it away, and then it gets to DeAndre Swift, who might not play on Monday night, but that was the most frustrating. That was the most frustrating play, and momentum is a real thing. And a couple of those towards the end of the game definitely kept the Bears in it, where they scored 11 points in 57 seconds, or whatever the hell it was. But with Caleb Williams, this is what he does. Right, and Caleb Williams is basically the inverse of Kirk Cousins. Like, Kirk is good when everything goes according to plan, from like sheet music. But Caleb Williams is pure jazz. Right, he loves improvising.
Yeah, he does. That's going
to
be
the problem with him long term. So maintain your discipline, and also the Vikings should probably invert, play a lot more zone, keep your eyes on him, and also, once you have those windows closed, close them. All right, because I'm a little worried. Caleb Williams is a dog, man. I absolutely love Caleb Williams, so hopefully not Monday night. Next up, number 8, Mark Keenan Allen. So Keenan Allen, it's sort of been Vikings kryptonite, because remember,
Keenan
last
Allen
year,
was
when
dusting
he was
us
with the
last year
Chargers,
as a
he
Charger.
had 20 catches. 20. It's ridiculous. Also, first meeting, he had 9 for 86 and 1, and 7 of his 9 catches were for first downs. All right, it just seems like anytime they needed a big play or conversion, number 13 was there to give it to him. So you're going to have to work things out. I think dropping Murph into the slot would certainly help, or potentially traveling with number 13. But TBD what they're going to do. They're probably going to play sides. Again, Gilmore's likely going to miss. Moreau and McLaughlin probably going to get more snaps in there. But I know that DJ Moore can crush you as well, and Odunze is getting more confidence every single week, but I don't know what it is, man. It's just those wily veterans who just understand space and just know when to sit down. It's frustrating. Next up, number 9, special teams stay special. So they had a special teams turnover against the Falcons, which is great. Also, how about this time around? How about no Johnny Munt onside kick screwing up? How about not that? Also, Will Rackard, first game back last week, missed a field goal. Hopefully he gets back on track because we don't have John Parker Romo anymore. But third phase has to stay into it. Punt coverage be solid. Don't give away that hidden yardage, and the Vikings can take care of things. Lastly, number 10, home fans rattle the glass. So there should be a playoff atmosphere here. Right, and the Vikings are the better team than the Bears. They're a touchdown favorite. They should go in and they should take care of business. But have there be no doubt, right? And what was a little bit concerning that in the Arizona game, like fans sort of sleptwalk through the first half and give a lot of leeway there. I mean, it'd been 3 weeks since a home game at US Bank Stadium. Maybe it was supposed to do with their hands, but primetime game, winter whiteout. And it's going to be a loud and proud atmosphere. You got your football team is 11-2, looking to go to 12-2, and tough opponent. I mean, the Bears probably should have beat the Vikings first time around. Maybe the Packers as well. Definitely should have beat the Packers, and they should have beat the Lions, right? So this is a team that does have talent, and if you let them hang around and stick in the game and take the crowd out of it, can't have it. So Vikings fans, loud and proud, and on the off chance that the Vikings get the 1 seed and the NFC runs through US Bank Stadium, this is just a tune-up. This is just a tune-up, man, because Vikings best home fans in the league, and we got to feel it. Like I want US Bank Stadium to register on the seismograph, the NSGS. Like I want like a 3.2 quake in downtown Minneapolis. There you go.
3.2 quake.
So I do think that the home fans show up, and I do think that the Vikings give them something to cheer for. Right? I think that all the slow starts and the everything like that goes out the window. I think they finally play a 4-quarter game in all 3 phases. I think the defense gets after Caleb, brings him down. I think that offensively they stay rolling. Aaron Jones has himself a big game. I think slinging Sammy Darnold continues a December to remember. I think that Jefferson gets loose. I think that the Bears overcorrect for Addison and Hockenson, and I think that he gets left on an island a lot, and Jefferson has himself a monster night in prime time. So yeah,
with those cool uniforms.
It's been rough picking the Vikings by multiple scores, but pretty confident in this one. Final score, Vikings 41.
Okay, Andy, that's kind of crazy. I think that it'll be more of like a 7-point spread in favor of us, because I don't think it's going to come down to a last-second field goal. But knowing Andy, he always predicts something crazy. And then before you know it, the game ends up being close. So hopefully I'm right. But if Andy's right and I'm wrong, I'll be satisfied. But anyway, with that being said, that's the end of Andy's prediction, man. Y'all go ahead and sub to his channel, man. He makes great Vikings content if you're a Vikings fan. Thank you all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we beat the Bears, you know what I'm saying, on Monday night. If there's anything that he didn't mention that I would like to go over is that Sam has been great at spreading the ball around. But like I said earlier, they need to work Aaron Jones more into passing downs. Because if he goes to Aaron Jones to the flat, Sam will give him opportunity for Aaron Jones to cook. You know what I'm saying? And if there's anything else I would like to mention is that the secondary really needs to fly with this three-headed monster at wide receiver, and even tight end Cole Kmet as a threat. Like, the secondary really needs to fly. And we don't need to just stay focused on just Keenan. It's everybody for that Bears offensive skill positions too. You know what I'm saying? For that Bears, of course, it's everybody. DeAndre Swift might not play though, so that may give us an edge, but that doesn't mean we got to play down to the competition. If there's anything the Vikings need to do, is to not play down to the competition. If you know you can blow them out, you smell blood in the water, blow them out. But yeah, until then, keep it fun on guys, man. If you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and notification button over upload. And I'll see you all next time for another Vikings prediction video. Till then, I'm out, y'all. Deuces.